What's going on, Skol Nation? Welcome back to 4thNSkol. I'm Jordan Palladino, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. And honestly, this is one of my favorite ways to look at the draft. The draft is April 23rd through the 25th, which puts us 12 days away from the draft. One of my favorite times of year. I like to see and play general manager of where I think players are going to go, how they're going to fit the schemes of their respective team, and if they're going to have chemistry right off the back, and if they're going to be first-year starters, or if they're going to be right in the bench for a little bit. So without further ado, let's dive right on in. We're not just going to be talking about who's good. We're going to be talking about who fits where and who's about to blow it because of the pressure because of the pressure in the NFL draft. Because every single year, players don't fail because they're not talented. They fail because they're in the wrong scheme. They get drafted to the wrong team. They are just in the wrong situation for the first few years of their NFL career. So today I've got a list of names flying under the radar. And I'm going to try to match them to where I see that they're going to fit in the NFL. And then we're going to finish with hot takes. And if you'd like to bookmark this video, come back in a few weeks, leave a comment. Let's see if I got any of them right. So without further ado, let's dive right into who I believe are going to be good wide receivers to fit for the Minnesota Vikings. So first name up is Ted Hurst out of Georgia State. Yes, I know it's an underrated college. Not many players come out of the school. However, I do believe he'd be a good wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3 for the Vikings. He's good at short and intermediate routes, slot fade, and or crossers. This guy's built on a West Coast offense. I'm taking quick timing routes, short to intermediate game to get the ball out first, and then just watch him run. If you put him in a system like San Francisco or Miami, where it's all about rhythm and yards after catch, he could do wonders there. He's going to quickly rack up catches. He's not flashy, but he's not one of those guys where you look up and go, wait, he had 8 catches today? Next up, you got CJ Daniels out of Miami. This dude is going to live in the slot. A lot of our wide receiver play, and a few other teams, they love their slots. They love their guys just to kind of run 5 yards and just kind of sit right there in the coverage. This dude's gonna be quick, twitchy, and hard to deal with. Perfect for motion-heavy offenses. You're not asking him to be the star, you're asking him to be annoying. Which, if you watched any of his college play in that Miami offense, he was very annoying, but very effective and very, very reliable. 3rd and 5, he's getting open every single time. Alright, now we're gonna switch over to running backs. And the dude that I believe we were going to be taking with one of our later draft picks, the dude I've been so high on coming out of college, is Emmett Johnson out of Nebraska. He had 2,460 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 5 receiving touchdowns this past year. This dude screams zone schemes, one cut, get vertical, no dancing, nitty gritty running back. That is the dude we want. That is the dude we are going to get, whether it's in the 2nd or in the 3rd round. We're going to take Emmett Johnson out of Nebraska. Put him in a system like Minnesota, Houston, or Miami. He's a perfect scheme. He creates cut lanes, great at being the check guy for if we're just needing a conversion on 3rd and short, 2nd and short. He's the dude who's just going to run right out of the backfield, run 4 yards, get the first down. He's the dude we need for a young quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. He's not trying to be fancy, he's just trying to be efficient. And that's what's going to work in the league and in our offense. Next is another dude that I'm very high on, and he comes out of Washington, and Jonah Coleman. He's just a different animal. He's a different breed of running back. He's a different dude just in general. The dude is built on the power run game, so think Derrick Henry. Dude just likes to run you over. Downhill physical and contact playmaking. Like I said, he's going to remind you a lot of Derrick Henry when he first came into the league. Just smash mouth football. Get ready for him to just make explosive plays after explosive plays. If he lands somewhere like Pittsburgh or Baltimore, he might take over that backfield faster than people expect. And then we're going to talk about tight ends. First name up is Lance Mason from Wisconsin. He's who Kevin O'Connell looks for in a tight end. He's just built for it. The comparison that I can put Lance Mason up with is some elite company and the likes of Jason Witten, former Dallas Cowboy tight end, and is now the Sooners tight end head coach. So, let's talk a little bit about Lance Mason. He's great at the play action and sitting in the soft zone. He's good on third and shorts. He's going to be your primary tight end 2 behind TJ Hawkinson. Now we can run out there in a 2 tight end formation, whether it be a weird crossing route or just a little slant route between the 2 tight ends. It should be interesting if Lance Mason does fall to us in this year's draft. He is inline physical, smash mouth football, large catch radius, which is good, which is what you want in a tight end. He will protect our young quarterback in J.J. McCarthy if we need him to be a blocking tight end for a little bit. If your idea is we're running the ball no matter what, that's your guy. You want your tight end to kind of take on the blocking load as well if he's not going to be catching. All right, now we're going to flip over to defense. Again, this is what I said in the first episode. Defense wins games, and man, do I have a few guys that are just going to spice up our defense with Brian Flores leading the charge. So without the further ado, let's dive right into that. Brian Flores loves high motor players, loves the edge rotations, loves full safety, strong safety. He just loves defense, and he loves getting the turnovers. So, Mason Ranger from Wisconsin, classic 4-3 defensive end, rotational edge. He'll be a rotational player for the first 2 years, probably rotating with Dallas Turner on either side of the ball. I could see him starting middle of the season this year or even early next year. He's got hand in the dirt. He gets the quarterback. He had 5 sacks, 45 pressures this past season. He won the defensive MVP with 3 sacks in 1 game. Don't overcomplicate the pick. The dude just wants to go after you and just tackle and sack and get the quarterback pressure. He's our dude. He'll make any defense, though, explosive. So wherever he falls, I wish him the best of luck. Next is Darrell Jackson Jr. from Florida State. This one is interesting. He can move around multiple fronts, different looks. He's going to create disruption. He's another smash mouth dude. I don't see him starting right away. He's going to ride the bench for maybe a year or 2, maybe start next year in the league. This might be one of those guys who outperforms expectations fast. So there's a chance we could see him starting this year, depending on what scheme he falls to. The linebackers, again, I'm very high on Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas. This dude is just built to play the game. This dude had 69 total tackles, 7 tackles for losses, 4 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles. He's a modern linebacker. He sideline to sideline spread, can blitz, can cover. This dude just does everything. He can play any position for the most part. He's gonna be our main linebacker. He's gonna be the dude who's in the backfield, getting the interceptions, getting what we need. He had 4 sacks this past year. He applied constant pressure. He did elite blitzing, and he's your true third down linebacker. So if he falls to Brian Flores, expect to see him flying around a lot. He's gonna fill that stat sheet either his rookie year or his second year. So again, get ready because it's gonna be interesting. All right, and now we're on to the fun fun part of the show. We're just gonna do some hot takes because, well, we're getting to the end of the show here, and so now we're gonna stop being safe and we're gonna talk Emmett Johnson, the dude we just talked about. He will outperform at least 3 running backs drafted ahead of him. 3, not 2, not 1, but people are sleeping on him. He's gonna fit perfectly with us if he does fall to us in that 2nd or 3rd round. He's just built consistency, and that'll translate immediately. Hot take 2, CJ Daniels becoming the most annoying offensive player in the league. Again, not flashy, just unstoppable in the key moments. There's nothing much left to say about him. He's a dog. Jordan Coleman, he'll lead his team in rushing his rookie season. Depending on where he ends up, he has a high chance of leading this rookie class in rushing yards. Hot take number 5, Oscar Delp becoming a top 12 tight end within 3 years. I think it's within 2 years. I think we're sleeping on him. I don't know much about him, but I do know he's a stud as a tight end. He can get you to the ball. He can score. He's very good in the red zone. Hot take number 7, Darrell Jackson Jr. will outperform more hyped defensive tackles. Book it. I said it. It's gonna happen. Final hot take. At least 4 of these names will outperform their draft position because it's not about where you're picked, it's about where you land and how you fit in the scheme of the defense or the offense. All right, Skol Nation, that's the list. Now I want to hear from you. Which one of these players is going to be a big hit? Who's going to be a bust? Which take do you think is crazy? I want to hear your feedback. I want to know. Drop it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Because we're just getting started with draft season. I'm Jordan, and this is 4thNSkol. See y'all in a few weeks.